All right, we're going to call order the town board meeting at the Town of Lisbon Town Hall on Monday, September 20th, 2021 at 6:32 PM. Roll call, please.
Chairman Osterman,
Here.
Supervisor Moonen,
Here.
Supervisor Beal. Here. Supervisor Plotecker. Here. Supervisor Braun is absent and excused. Administrator Nicholas.
Here.
Clerk Capazzo to record the minutes, and interim fire chief Michelle Drager is in the audience.
Thank you. Stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Item 3 is comments from citizens present. Does anyone wish to make any comments tonight?
Hey guys, John Ben, W226 N8947 Jolden Drive, Sussex, Wisconsin. Okay, I'll make this real short tonight, but I just wanted to read into the town board meeting. I wanted to read chapter 22, the town code that's posted on the website. It says open air theaters, any premise used operated primarily for the purpose of providing amusement to the public or permanent installations of any type or description are made for the premises to furnish such public entertainment, except for premise used for transient public entertainment. It says permits required. No permit shall use or operate any amusement park or transient public entertainment within the town of Lisbon unless a permit therefore shall have been granted by the town board and has been approved. Now remember the definition according to amusement park is defined by the attorneys who wrote this ordinance. That's in this. It says any open air theater or any premise used or operated primarily for the purpose of providing amusement for the public. For permanent installations of any type or description are made on the premise to furnish such public entertainment. So that's the definition of an amusement park. And then it goes on to name all this other stuff. So it defines the definition of amusement park. Qualifications: no permit shall be granted to operate an amusement park within the town of Lisbon to any person, blah, 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 good moral character, who has not resided in the county of Waukesha for at least 2 years prior to the date of this application, blah, blah, blah. No permit shall be for any amusement park shall be granted to any corporation except a Wisconsin corporation maintaining its principal office and place of business in the town of Lisbon. And there's a lot more fancy stuff that goes on here. And it says a public hearing on such applications shall be held at the town by the town board at a meetings. Notice shall be posted 3 different places. In the event the town board upon consideration of application require all matters, just a lot of fancy stuff here. It says no amusement park shall be used and operated in such a manner as to disturb the public peace and quiet or affect adversely the health, safety, or welfare, morals of the community, or any person thereof. It also says, and it goes on 22.07, it's very specific as to the revocation of the amusement park permit. Upon conviction of any holder on the amusement park permit for any violation of the provision previously mentioned above, the permit shall be revoked. And this is currently posted on the website. And this was updated in 2017. So I'm going to pass these out for your review.
Does anyone else wish to speak? Anyone on Zoom?
Anyone on Zoom, use the raise hand function if you'd like to speak during citizen comment. No hands raised on Zoom.
Thank you. All right, item 4 is the consent agenda. Items listed under the consent agenda are considered in one motion unless a town board member requests that an item be removed. With the August 19th, 2021 special town board minutes, September 2nd, 2021 town board minutes, the September 13th, 2021 town board minutes. We We have the letter of credit reduction number 1 for the Twin Pine Farms Phase 3 in the amount of $315,563.50. The pay request number 6 for TID number 1 utility extension for Wolski Construction in the amount of $232,000. Any comments or questions on the consent agenda, or is there a motion?
I will be a motion to accept the consent agenda as presented.
Moved by Linda to accept. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Becky. Any final discussion? All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Motion carries 4-0. Item 5, accounts payable. Authorize the payment of the bills in the amount of $247,865.33.
Hi, in front of you, you have the payment report. The top 5 expenses are Williski's construction for $232,000, Cablecom for $6,855.93, Staples Energy at $2,910, Ellers for $2,500, and Kershik Law Offices for $750. I ask for your approval.
All right, comments or questions on the check register, or is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve as presented.
Moved by Mark Moonen to approve. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Linda. Any final discussion? All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Motion carries 4-0. Item 6, announcements and correspondence. We have the meeting list, sanitary sewer district number 1 commission meeting on Wednesday, the 22nd at 6:30 at the town hall. The plan commission and joint public hearings Thursday, October 7th at 6:30 at the Richard Young Fire Station. We have a town board budget workshop on Monday, the 11th at 6:30 at the town hall. Parks Committee, a town board meeting and budget workshop. And then the Parks Committee meeting on Monday, the 18th at 6:30 at the Richard Young Fire Station. And then a final budget workshop if needed on the 18th at 6:30 at the town hall. Does anyone else have any other announcements or correspondence?
Just to note that we will need 1 additional town board member for the joint public hearings on October 7th.
Thank you. Anything else? All right, item 7, administrator report.
All right, in the last week, I had a meeting where I worked on the following projects: the Lisbon Quarry District, a border agreement with the village, redistricting. I expect to have a map to you by the next board meeting. We worked with the planner on the land use map changes, sat down a couple times with a resident to review her concerns on the comp plan amendments, wrote and sent letters to the insurance company about reimbursement of $2,900 in attorney fees, worked on HR employee concerns, and discussed with the captain on a couple of non-compliant issues. We have a staff meeting with the county to discuss the ag preservation zoning. The budget prep, where I'm currently working on revenue, sent spreadsheets to all the department heads to have them send their operating expense requests back in the same format, make it easier for merging. Our department reports were all sent to you, but little excerpts. The clerk coordinated application and review and verification process, background checks, issued annual licenses to 6 bartenders, processed and issued 6 dog license, 36 compost passes, 13 park reservations, 7 special assessment letters, processed 20 parking tickets, including all status update letters, and processed and mailed 9 welcome packets. DPW director attended a virtual meeting regarding the resurfacing of State Highway 164 and the August 4th WCPWA meeting, and worked on his capital budget. Highway Department continued roadside mowing, performed routine maintenance on compost site, prep vehicles, and attended the National Night Out event. Did some tree work, performed shoulder work in Rolling Hills and along Woodside Road, completed storm water buried line project on North Cortland Circle, performed service work for fire department and on DPW vehicles. Park Division prepped the community park for large rental in August, did extensive beautification of Jane Stadler Memorial Park and the 9/11 Memorial, cleaned up down trees and branches in the parks after the August storms, performed repairs and preventative maintenance on park trucks and equipment. The Sheriff's Department had 71 traffic stops, 42 citations, 33 verbal warnings, 52 assists for fire and EMS, 59 extra patrols, 2 drug stops, 32 911 hangups, 7 animal and 23 suspicious manners. Fire, there were 4 fire calls, 54 medical, 17 ALS intercepts, 29 interfacility transport, 4 vehicle accidents. We currently have 13 members attending advanced education. That's my report.
Thank you, Kathy. Anything else?
I
Any
just
questions?
have a question, yeah. Regarding Joe attending a virtual meeting for State 164. That's a county road, it's a state road. They pay for it.
Right, right.
We don't pay anything.
That's correct. But what the meeting is about is they're going to redo 164 and they're working at what we might want, any utility lines in there. We want them to look at our Plainview 164 intersection. So that's the kind of discussion that's during those meetings.
Okay, thank you.
I have a question. How did that did we have that large rental in the community park where they rented? How did that go?
It went well. We didn't have calls the next day and the people that did, I did speak to were pleased with the way it turned out.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions? Thank you, Kathy.
Mhm.
Supervisor reports. Does anyone have anything to report at this time? All right. 9, new business. A, discussion and necessary action regarding the capital project presentation for the clerk department.
You have in front of you the spreadsheet of the 3 town hall improvements, 2 of which Joe touched on at the last meeting for the roof repairs for town hall at an estimate of $3,500, as well as updates to the 30-year-old air conditioning system for $11,000. He touched on number 2, which is the standby generator at an estimated cost of $20,000. And we included that due to the fact that town hall had lost 3 working days due to the power going out. And I am terrified of that happening during an election. We'd be dead in the water. So that was the final item added to the town hall capital improvements.
Questions from the board?
So the standby generators, are we gonna have to make improvements to the town hall to equip that?
I
Does it
did
give me
speak
gas
with Joe
or?
about that. He thinks that it's something that he and his guys should be able to take care of at a minimal cost.
So it's the $11,000 to, from carrying on what Mark had said. Is that with installation or without?
That's just the cost for the unit and it's $20,000, not $11,000.
Oh, I'm sorry, we're looking through one page, yeah. Boy, that's a lot of money for a generator. And we've never, in all the years we've never had that here. You know, put one in before. I just kind of find that interesting.
The one thing we might have to look at too is what are we thinking for this building? How long are we staying in it?
Exactly. I was sitting here thinking,
Right.
how long are we going to be here? And hopefully, you know, someday we're going to have a new town hall. And then we're going to have this $20,000 generator here. And generally, we have those storms in the summer, not in February, where it could happen with snow. You
could
don't
have-
know. You don't know.
Yeah, I mean, November, you're typically okay,
Yeah.
but
Sure.
April,
Do our 2 fire stations have both generators? Is DPW hooked up to the?
You should be able to relocate that generator to the building.
the only thing at that point is you'd have to plan the generator for the new building.
But they're pretty standard size. What?
Do we know what size this one is? It's not on
Joe would be able to answer.
Sure.
I don't believe he included those details in there, but it's
Assuming-
something that would be able to provide just basic power to town hall so we could function.
I'm assuming we must have 20 Ks at the fire stations,
So, you know, I think there's
30s.
We at home, we don't have an all-house generator, but we do have portable ones. Is it, I would think it would be a lot more economical to have a couple portable generators here rather than having this expensive one.
The thing is you have your lights powered and everything, you have to hook into your grid. So you can have outside, like you could have a portable one that you could hook up. It just has to be big enough to run. Like what would you need?
Exactly.
Like if you're just thinking for the elections, you'd have to have lights, you know, do you need the AC running or not? You're gonna need heat.
And there are primaries in
So-
August.
So I mean, a 10K portable one would probably be enough for the furnace and lights. But if you're gonna have it for the all day, you don't want to use a portable one all day. Repeatedly, but
How, just curious, how big can you have them? And is it possible?
I'm assuming you can get them really, I mean, they make them where you can actually hook them together.
Yeah,
too, but,
that's what I mean.
Yeah, I don't know.
I would just like to have that looked into before we spend $20,000 on one that chances that we might need it.
And I can bring further details to the budget workshop so that you've got those as well.
Okay.
DPW director says it's 20 kilowatts.
20 kilowatts. That makes sense because it's the price. So, I mean, the other thing is, could we change? So on an election day, if the power goes out, can you change emergency move your polling place to like one of the fire stations?
Sure.
That's illegal.
We might extend the hours, so we
Mhm.
might have to extend it an hour.
Right.
By.
Yeah, depending on how long.
I say this now, we've never had this happen before in the history of
Right.
Lisbon, and now, well, it's gonna happen, but
Now, those 3 days were all these, I know you were here and I know Natasha was here when I came in. Now, we're all, most of the, were you here actually gone and you were working at home?
I did.
Yeah.
I actually drove in to get the laptop and then
Yeah.
went home.
Yeah, exactly. Okay,
And then the last day, the third time that it went out, Mike to bring forward because I needed to get some work done. So I can't use the internet, you can't use the internet, that's the problem. We don't
Exactly.
have- If we don't have any power, we have no internet. So
Right.
And since our equipment is all run through the internet, so if I can get on going through VPN. Sometimes I have no power. It wasn't but an hour that we finally got here, but all the extension cords to my office.
There we
not
go.
Back on, so.
is it something we could set, I mean, so like Good Hope or Richmond, like in the conference room, set up, like if you know power's gonna be out for extended period of time, we just operate out of there for a day?
Sure.
I mean, we can obviously, with the capability, we can't be open here, but you could do a lot of the work at home too.
Mhm.
But I'm just hesitant to stick money in this building.
Me too. I
I
agree.
really think we need to start getting some solid plans in place to
Mhm.
potentially move into a new building.
Does Parks have a backup? I don't think so.
Hopefully they do.
They have a. where we can- they brought it up.
I guess I leave that into the AC too, as far as, and
Mhm.
these units are old. I mean, they have R22 in them. I don't know why we didn't change those when we changed the furnaces, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that would have been time to do it.
So are you saying that we should hold off on the voltage generator and AC? Not put it in.
Was the AC being done just because of the age or because of impending doom?
We had a couple of repairs.
Was it to the units themselves or was it?
And what was the cost? Just curious. Okay.
Do you remember what it was?
Just remember.
That's fine. No, not the cost, I meant what the repair was.
Oh,
Sure,
We just told them it was getting more.
because if it's a starting capacitor, that's one thing, but if it's
yeah.
something bigger, it's, you know. Okay. All right, roof repairs, I think that's pretty,
You
Yeah.
have to do that.
that's gotta go.
Yep.
Okay, any other questions on that one? Else for the capital?
Nope, not for 2022.
All right, item 9B, discussion necessary action regarding the capital project presentation for the fire department. Working, smack it.
So, I think the first thing you guys have is the
Mhm.
chart. So this is the same chart you guys have seen, for the last however many years. I just did a little bit of updating to it. If there's anything you really want to look on it, I made sure that we had all of the capital projects that we put in for sure on here. And it does go out for 5 years. So we want to move into your custom cells. The first one, I believe, you guys have is for the parking lot lights. in the packet. So this is basically an extension, kind of. This year, we worked on lighting outside of the Richard Young Fire Station in the training center area. So this is to work on getting the parking lot area right outside the community room. So that way, especially when there's later meetings, now that it's getting darker, that there's better lighting out there. I did talk to Steve Patton about the light pole quote itself. We both thought that we'd like to go the route of just upgrading the light on the building itself, which he thought would tremendously help. It just might not reach as far as we all would like. So that's why I included the quote for the light pole itself. And we'd actually be able to save quite a bit of money with DPW helping with the install of the light pole. So it wouldn't even be up to this amount.
So it wouldn't be the 5580 for the pole, you're saying?
That's just the full amount. He said flat out, if the DPW can help at least with the install, that would knock money off. the
Did you say
price.
approximately how much?
Do we know what it would cost to do the whole project?
For the lighting?
Yeah, to get everything done.
For just that parking lot, the total, if we did the replacement of the light on the building and the light pole for the parking lot area, it would, sounds like it would be this 6150.
That's what it would be.
Yep.
It's dark there. We need to do that one, in my opinion.
Okay, yeah, I'm thinking too. Needs to be bright. As long as there's no complaints from the neighbors. It's too bright.
I mean, we have to meet our own code too, where it's
Oh, I
supposed to
know.
be zero at the property line.
Mhm.
So technically, part of that parking lot is in road right away. So would we be putting the light in the road right away? And do we know if we need county's permission to do that?
I don't know that for sure offhand. We would have to get
Put it in the road right away, yes.
Half our parking lot's in the road right away. I don't know, you probably are not aware of that because you weren't here for all of that, but yeah, a lot of that parking lot is in road right away.
And they know
We
it.
have to reach out to
And they're very aware of it.
Okay. Problems?
No, it's just when we put it in, it's,
Okay.
well, that was before any of us were,
Right.
Becky might remember, but she wasn't on the board.
I've seen a lot, bro.
Yeah, that was it.
That's just one.
Yeah,
So,
But it is awfully dark.
yeah, It's
yes,
bad.
I agree.
Now that we're using it pretty regularly.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
And we could at least start with replacing it, that light on the building too, and see where we are
Mhm.
just from there before we talk about the light pole itself, so.
where would you put it?
So there's a light on the top portion of that building right now. It's it's the one that we turn on, but it's very dark right now. So he said it would greatly improve if we put this $300 light in instead of that one itself right now.
Okay,
So
okay,
he just thinks it'll get all the way into like the last set of parking spaces before the sign, but it should light up all the rest of that area.
I'm sorry, there's deer out there.
Oh,
Two of them. Sorry,
They want to know about the light.
yeah.
They're consistent.
Yeah,
Okay. How's everybody feel?
So the pole, are you saying the pole, it would light up the whole thing? But there's so many sides to the fire station.
Well, this is the main parking lot.
Yeah, this is just for the
Yeah.
parking lot for when we have the meetings.
Okay, just not the other side with,
Yeah.
okay,
And if we put the whole 6150 in the capital budget and we find out that $300 works, then we don't have to spend it. But if it's in there, we have it if it's needed.
exactly.
Okay,
I agree.
all right.
Okay, so the next one is putting in again to replace the grass truck. And our current one, as you can see, the 1991 pickup truck has had several issues throughout the years. It's getting hard to start at times, you know, worn interior parts, color replacement parts, worn chassis. So Chief Mark has been working on speccing this out and actually did pretty well with all the specs we've gotten and with the ultra high pressure pump itself. Better price than I think the last go around is one that's submitted for.
Okay. Comments or anything from the board?
What brand again are we buying for the DPW yeah, do you remember?
Chevy or GMC?
Okay. Is this the only one that you checked, Chevrolet?
We actually went through, Ewald does have several, they offer all the brands. And this was the best price we got.
Okay,
And it's comparable to the GMC. The Ford was slightly higher, well, Dodge.
Okay.
So we went with the one that gave us the best thing for the buck. And
okay,
that's also the one that DPW seems to be using a lot of Chevrolet or GMCs, which is basically the same brand.
okay,
My thought is they'll have plenty of parts in stock for that particular.
Okay.
make. And so these are, should we have, you know, make decisions to take care of.
okay.
Yes. Did you use when you got this 43,000, was that,
Yes,
On the what? I'm sorry.
the state bid building?
Okay,
They
yeah,
go out and bid
that particular vehicle is out about $50-something thousand. State price. And they go up.
I had a few questions. How many times do we use this per year?
On average, that rate goes out 15, 20 times,
15, 20 times?
a couple of times every month. And it's hit or miss. Sometimes, some years it's even greater and some years it's less. It just depends on how much burnout within the prior year.
have you ever borrowed this from Sussex or Merton or anything? A grass truck?
No,
Could we recycle another department's used truck into this since it's not a common usage vehicle?
the thing about doing that is it would probably be better suited if you were doing it the other way around. Taking something from the fire department and then giving it to the parks department or public works department. Because this is an emergency response vehicle. And when it's called for, it needs to be moved, right, it needs to be available to respond right away. Time is of the essence many times, especially when you have a windy day and rush. So you want something that could be-
And then have we considered going to a utility UTV instead of a truck? I know a lot of departments are moving
We do
towards.
have a UTV problem with UTV. Water capacity. And that's a big issue. That will take more water into the small areas off road, and UTV is not capable of doing it. So the thing about this one is, if we look at this new ultra high pressure pump, which it gives us a lot more bang for the buck as water. It economizes the water because of the ultra high pressure. And so it creates a much higher surface area, which enables it to water to, in essence, get a much higher firefight capacity. than the direct water. This one also has patient order, you know, the issue comes from time to time. But we get an injured patient in the remote area off road, and they have to be safely evacuated. This vehicle will also be working with policy. Small up truck on the front.
What do we rescue remote area right now with?
You got all kinds of areas off the Bud Trail, and then you got an enormous amount of farmland and forest property.
Right, what do we use right now?
What do we use right now? We use the ATV as much as we can, but it's got half the patient load, so you can get a patient on it, but that patient is not as secure as it would be. This, you can imagine a long backboard.
Have the driver and the patient on the
You'll have a much more stable area to carry a patient.
How about a six-wheel UTV? Well, I'm just saying, I'm thinking of options other than,
We had one.
I know that when you get to that particular type of vehicle, it's good. You're spending about $30,000. One. Approaching close to it, you are approaching the cost of the vehicle.
So when you do an off-road.
Correct. And this would be a standalone thing, so we don't have to go through the process of picking up a trailer. And then that also limits your capability.
Becky, anything?
I just remember this was, this not the first year that the rest. It's come up multiple years. I mean, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I recall several years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just remember one piece of equipment. Other than the ambulance.
We're just looking at ALS monitored replacement for 83,000. Which is more important of these two?
The ALS monitor.
Those we're not gonna have a choice on.
Yeah, we have to get them.
Yeah, I know, because I just read that. It's only good through. Okay. 2/3/22.
Okay.
I guess I'd be interested to hear on a UTV. I guess I look back to the Menominee Falls train track incident, and pickup trucks weren't all that useful in those.
We had quite a few pickup trucks, and we were a little more than 77. I was out there for 8 hours. And pickup trucks were the only ones that had water capacity. Well, but, you know, around the water. You get pretty far ahead of the water of the fire itself. So you have time to go replenish your water supply and get back and fire up the thing.
Well, can we get a quote on what the UTVs might be and just get a comparison?
We should could.
Okay. Anything else on the truck at this time? I think this truck has been on the every year I've been here. I do question the 15 to 20 times a month. though. That'd be 180 calls a year. I mean, that it was needed.
Oh, I thought he said a year.
A year or a month?
A year.
A year. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you said,
No.
I thought you said a month.
No,
I don't think that's been on 180 calls. Okay.
Would we be able to get that record just to help make our decision? To see the record of how many times it goes out? I guess we don't need it. Oh, you do? Okay.
just realized. And we need some explanation, if not clear about this report.
And is that just in the town,
I would submit- Correct.
not Sussex or not Merton?
No,
Okay,
Yeah, we take a copy of it.
yeah.
Okay. Hose replacement.
Okay, so the next one, hose replacement. So we're looking at trying to replace some of our hose that has been going bad over time. Basically, we would like to try and get this added into the operating budget. But at this point, we're looking at replacing 14 lights of hose. A small chunk of what we currently would like to replace. We'd like to kind of replace over the next 2 years.
Would you explain the 14 what?
14 lengths of hose, so it's just the amount of lengths of hose.
Because it,
700 feet.
yeah, here it says 700,
Yeah.
okay,
700 feet. Each length is 50 feet.
okay, okay.
Any questions on that?
Mm-mm.
All right,
Turnout gear, this is basically just revisiting something that was approved for the capital budget in 2019, and they were hoping to continually work on replacing 5 or so sets of gear to keep up with the replacement schedule for NFPA 1851. That's the lifespan of turnout gear is 10 years. So as you can see, after that time has been shown, thermal vapor barriers begin to break down. Gear was purchased a couple times from federal grants for the major purchases. The last large purchase was in 2013. Again, basically just looking to replace sets over years to working on maintaining our protective gear. And hopefully we can kind of work this into the operating budget for the next couple of years as well.
I guess the quick question that I've got right away, is there any, have you looked into any grant money that's available with the state?
Not lately. One of the capital improvements I put in for, would like to write a grant for thermal imaging cameras. So we are gonna look at that next year for that portion.
Mhm.
I think we did a complete replacement when you're on a grant.
Mhm.
That worked out really well,
Mhm. What
Tough
year
to
was
get.
that?
10 years ago, probably.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So just, because I stepped out of the rooms and the hose replacement, we're gonna put in, just a regular operating maintenance.
We would like to get that into the operating maintenance at some point, yeah. But we'd like to start replacing the hose over the next few years. Yep. Again, and then with the gears, we'd like to try and get some more into the operating budget as well, so that we can replace sets of gear when we need to replace it.
So this is not a capital improvement, or are you looking at spending 16,500 out of that? To put a few into here.
If we could work on putting a few in each year, that would be awesome to operate.
How much do you have in capital?
In regards to
Equipment and stuff and whatever, you know, that you pay yearly to put in and set aside. Yeah, okay, that's okay.
How does the turnout gear come about? Is it issued and paid for by the department when they start and then it's property of the town, or do they?
Yeah, it always remains the property of the town. Basically, we rarely buy anything new. When someone first joins, they basically go upstairs in our turnout gear room and find what they can fit for them. And then over, they have a whole spreadsheet of when it was all manufactured, and they take inventory on it itself, and they look at it, you know, it's supposed to be washed every so often and whatnot. So they look at it all and everything. After every 10 years, it's supposed to be replaced.
Any questions for you, Becky?
No, I just remember when we decided to replace it,
on a yearly basis, right?
Yeah, so it was approved in 2019 for 5 sets, and I remember 5 sets did get replaced and then kind of fell off. We're trying to get back on.
I thought we got over it where we were replacing it as, every year.
Yeah. We were working towards that.
How many sets do you need at one time?
1 set for each person, especially each person going into structure fires. We
Right,
also wear them on car accidents, but it's very imperative that they're first the structural firefighters that are going in. Those thermal barriers is what we need to really protect.
no, I was
them.
just wondering, how many would you anticipate? Is there an average fire, that they would need this for? Just curious.
Every one of the employees needs to have the outfitted,
Okay, and there's,
even if only 5 of them go for a call. They all
Okay.
have to be
Outfitted.
Yep.
and there's like 50 or 42, something?
50 or around 50.
Yeah.
A little less, I think, maybe at the moment.
Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Anything else in the turnout here? All right. The cheap one.
Yeah, the biggest one, the ALS monitors. So I know you've heard about it before, that it basically was coming up in 2022. We didn't know if it was gonna get pushed off or not, because Philips originally took away their end of life date, but due to reasons for the FDA, they have to get rid of their monitors as of February 3rd of 2022. So that means we have to look into getting different monitors itself. We met with all the 3 companies in this area that have ALS monitors. LifePak by far is offering best thing right now for us to replace our monitors. They are the cheapest. They are also offering us $6,500 per monitor as trade-in. And it's not their own company's monitors that they'd be getting. The other 2 companies are only offering about half of that for the monitor for trade-in. They're also offering that we can pay this off in 3 years, no other fees added, just basically just take it and pay it per year for 3 years. No added fees for financing. The other companies had financing fees. So basically, the cost total for the 3 monitors for the 3 ambulances is the $83,109, or over the next 3 years, we could pay the $27,703 per year. But basically, we have to outfit to keep our advanced life support ambulances, we have to outfit them with an advanced life support monitor. And for any of the companies that we would go with, they have to be before the end of life date of our current monitors, otherwise they can't give us any type of.
How long does it take to get them once you order them?
Each company is a little bit different. I have to ask this one. I think it's a little bit of time, a few months maybe
Okay,
currently.
okay.
You just think that if we order before, that's when our trading value is.
We would have to order before the end of our end of life for our current monitors for them to be able to give us a trade-in value.
Which is February.
February 3rd, yeah.
Mhm.
So by buying them over 2 years, we're gonna lose our.
No, that's just the payment plan he said.
So we'd
But
have
they're-
all 3 of them. It just, we'd
Yeah.
get to pay them off in
Yep.
3 years.
So the 80,
36 months, no financing, no
Correct.
interest,
Yeah.
0 down.
so the $6,500 a piece, or 19,500, is that taken off of the 83?
Correct. Yep.
So it's 83 minus 19,500?
No, it's already included in the price.
I got you now. Okay. I don't have a choice.
The other companies were well over 100 grand, honestly. This is the best option of all of them. And the neighboring departments have these ones. They're set up with the hospitals around us as well, so we can communicate with hospitals by sending 12 leads. I mean, the system's already all built that was one of the downsides to the current company we have is, they don't have that capability of getting into the systems in the hospitals of sending, so that would just be another roadblock in the way amongst some of the other things they have going, but, yep.
So, as you said, we need to get them done. Are you in favor of the over 3 years since it's no interest free?
Yeah.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Yeah.
We did drive it.
It's
Yeah.
pretty awesome that they're offering.
Yeah,
that,
why wouldn't
honestly.
we?
Yeah.
Okay,
Everybody good with that so far?
I'm good.
Do we need backups for these? How does that work if one goes down?
Usually, part of their maintenance agreement with all the different companies, they'll either give us one or they come and do the stuff on site. If by chance we would need one, they would get us a loaner or the rep has one that he, would get for us, so.
And what kind of a warranty does these have?
It comes with a 1-year preventive maintenance warranty, so then we wouldn't have to start paying on a preventive maintenance warranty until a year after.
And what does that run a year?
3,000 something.
We do that now.
Yeah,
We already do that now on the ones we have or no?
Yes, we do.
So it's
Um,
already in the budget.
It's already in the budget, but it's, is like it's like a third of the cost of what this new company would be. Also because Phillips a couple years ago knocked off $1,000 a year from our maintenance fee because they wanted to keep us as happy customers, because we were still with them. So the current one is like a third of the price.
Do we know if the other companies were similar? Like the ones that were over $100,000, what the maintenance was on those?
I did look at them. I think they were very similar in that. And
Okay.
even Phillips, their new one was higher up in
Okay.
price, yeah.
Do you have to tell them ahead of time that you're taking this to get a discount or whatever on the warranty? Or you just wait until you start talking to them when the year is up? You know what I'm saying? Is there advantage to them ahead of time that we'll need the warranty to go along with it?
He already did price it out for me. So I mean, I could sign it and then we just go and start paying. He quoted out a 3-year for me for this company and then we wouldn't pay
A
until
warranty? Are you talking about?
preventative maintenance plan warranty. Yep.
Well, I didn't know, because sometimes when you say you're gonna do that up front, they'll give you a little bit of a discount that you're going with them unless you wait till the last minute and then it's a full price.
Mhm.
Okay, I didn't know if it made a difference.
Okay. Anything else? All right, radios.
Radios. Okay, so this is actually a very awesome opportunity for us. So a little bit of history. There have been meetings and meetings going on about this between Milwaukee, Waukesha County, and Motorola itself. So a little history that I put in here back in 2012, multiple agencies between the two counties purchased and principally saved radios on a special contract pricing. Due to the inability for Motorola to repair the radios to the safe standard, because the rating expiring, it drove a lot of agency radios to premature, reach their end of life status. So Motorola has put together this trade-in replacement program, and they're offering to both counties itself for any radios you have that fall within the program itself. So we have 5 radios that we can basically turn in and get brand new radios for basically the cost of 1 radio, which is pretty awesome. So for that, for each radio, you need to purchase 2 batteries and a mic for sure. And then we put in to upgrade 2 of those radios to dual band, so VHF. So that way, our thought was that both the full timers who are here 24/7 would have these radios, and if they're going to go into Washington County and talk to Richfield or on their VHF system, they're going to be the ones that are most likely going. So that way, they have it with them and they can utilize and talk to them with the 1 radio instead of having to find a different radio, carry 2 different radios. So that is basically the cost of what we all have in this document for this class. No, we have tons of radios, but we only have 5 that fit within this awesome upgrade plan.
So if it's, you said buy 1, get 1 free? Is that what you said?
No, we basically get 5 brand new radios for the cost of 1.
Okay, I got you.
Mhm.
Because I'm gonna say something doesn't mix there.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
The list price on these radios is $8,900, $8,912 for one of these brand new,
Wow.
that we would pay. And like Chief Gregory mentioned, they're supposed to meet an FM rating, and they don't. So in an IELH environment, if you go in too often, they're not intrinsically safe for IP65 rated, which poses a danger to everybody.
Mhm.
So,
Motorola, can't forgot to sell the departments, the sell them right, about that. Offering you to get it straightened out.
Mhm.
How many do we have to upgrade?
Radios total,
we probably have, I can tell you the exact numbers are off the top of my head, 50 or so portable radios, and then mobile radios are the truck, one each truck. We only have 5 of these ATX 6000. The majority of our portable radios are XTS 5000, more retired WSD radios, really. So they're 15 plus years old. And only these newest ones count towards this opportunity that Motorola is offering.
All firefighters get a radio assigned to them?
Yes, no, they're all in the trucks, and they're all charged in chargers in the vehicles. Then when you are going to the building, every firefighter should put the radio on the scene. We don't currently have enough for every single drive.
Becky, anything?
Are you thinking, Mark, of ordering more than 5 just because of the price?
I'd rather order radios than a truck.
But we only get this deal on these.
yeah, we
Oh,
can only get
you-
this deal on 5
Oh,
radios.
okay, that answers that then. Then
Yeah.
why wouldn't we order, no?
I wish we could.
As I'm sitting here, why wouldn't we order more?
Right?
Okay, it's max. Okay.
Yep. So our last one, we're putting in again for thermal imaging cameras. We're hoping to write a grant for these this year to replace our 3 thermal imaging cameras or TIC cameras. So if they're awarded that grant, the town's payment would most likely be 10%, which is what I listed, the $3,006.60. So that's our goal for this one.
Do you think once we become a village, will there be more grants available or less? No? Okay. Okay. Well, to me, if you can get,
Yeah.
a grant for 90%, it's a no-brainer.
Everybody good on that one? All right.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much.
So, Chief Mike Mark,
I'm sorry, could you say that again?
the division chief, Mike Mark, and then, full-time member Andrew Carr.
Thank you. Nice to meet you both.
All right. That is to bring us to item 10, which is the closed session pursuant to Wisconsin statutes 19.95 parent 1 parent G for the purpose of conferring with legal counsel for the governmental body who is rendering oral or written advice concerning strategy to be adopted by the body with respect to litigation in which it is or is likely to become involved, more specifically regarding property non-compliance orders and also then the Wagner case, and pursuant to Wisconsin statutes 1925 parent E for the purpose of deliberating or negotiating the purchase of public properties, investing of public funds, or conducting other specified business whenever competitive or bargaining reasons require a closed session, more specifically regarding Sussex Board Agreement and Pamela Polyak and Brian Builders offers to purchase, and was pursuant to Wisconsin statutes 19.5 parent C for the purpose of considering employment, promotion, compensation, or performance evaluation data of any public employee over which a governmental body has jurisdiction or exercises responsibility, more specifically regarding personnel matters and the treasurer position. Is there a motion to adjourn the closed session?
I make a motion to go into closed session.
Is there a second?
So moved.
Second by Linda, second by Linda Beal, second. Motion by Linda Beal, second by Mark. Roll call, please.
Chairman Osterman,
Aye.
Supervisor Moonen,
Aye.
Supervisor Beal,
Aye.
Supervisor Plotecker.
All right, that's 4-0 to go into closed session at 7:27.
Goodbye. Bye. Thank you.